guys, so this is going to be my first pregnancy update. I'm pretty much just going to do the whole first trimester since I'm pretty much done. I'm in my last week of my first trimester, and actually I'll be out of it in like a couple of days. So this is kind of why I have been MIA for the past couple months. Well, yes, because we were trying to hide it. I wanted to get through my first trimester due to the miscarriage we had late last summer. So we were kind of nervous, but also because I was so sick. I literally had 7 weeks where I was vomiting several times a day. I was on Zofran just to survive that, along with I was so exhausted and had zero energy. I was laying on the couch, or you would find me in the bathroom. I didn't clean. I barely cooked. I did the bare minimums, and like normally like cooking meals would be on that, but I was doing less than that. I have to say my husband was amazing during this time. As soon as I started feeling really sick, he told me, you need to rest. He's like, your body needs it, just rest, we'll take care of the rest. So he stepped up big time, because that's just not his part. Like he is amazing and he'll do whatever I ask, but those just, some of those things aren't what he normally does. So he just stepped up, took care of the kids when needed, you know, would cook when needed. It was just amazing. He would come home from work. Because of the hours he works, he goes into work anywhere between like 10 o'clock at night and midnight. So he's home usually between, sometimes it's 8 in the morning and sometimes it's noon. So he's home pretty early, which is nice. So when he would get home early, he would just take care of Robert and let me go to bed and just lay down, and I would sleep for a few hours just so that I could make it through the rest of the day, which was amazing. It was so needed. I'm so glad he was not traveling. And the boys were great too. They understood that mommy was not feeling good and I needed to lay down. So they actually were so great and so understanding that, you know, we couldn't go do things like we normally do. I think what also helped is during this time, Jeffrey got the flu. It was so cold here, so you really couldn't go outside. They got colds. So it was kind of like everything happened like around the same time. So it was kind of nice because they weren't really asking to go outside because they didn't feel good or it was too cold. And it was so great because they understood that I just did not feel well, and they would lay on the couch with me and watch movies. And I am so glad that they like weren't rebelling during that time, because it probably would have made my life so much harder. But yeah, so that's been part of the reason why I was MIA. I really didn't have anything to record, or you would have been like, why are you sick? Another thing is my face today, this is from a Breathe Right strip because I have a cold. But my face was, every time I threw up, I would break blood vessels in my face. So I had these little spots everywhere. But it wasn't just like, oh, a little patch. It was literally my whole face. So I looked horrible. I looked like death warmed over for a few weeks, and it was bad. So that was kind of why if you saw videos, I was either like really in the sun so you couldn't see, or I wasn't on the camera at all. It was just easier that way. We have had a couple of doctor's appointments. I had, you know, my first one, and I actually just had my second one yesterday. Everything is fine. Baby sounds amazing. We've had an ultrasound. Everything looks great. So I'm really doing well so far. I am considered high risk. I am high risk because of what has happened in my previous pregnancies. With Jeffrey, I was doing fine. I ended up having gestational diabetes at the normal, you know, when they took the normal test. Sorry, Robert needed me. He went to the bathroom. So anyways, like I was saying, I did have gestational diabetes with Jeffrey. I did not with Robert. I actually have it now. They test early now when you have had it in the past. So I actually have gestational diabetes. I was diagnosed like 2 weeks ago. So I have to take my blood sugars. But my blood sugars are perfectly fine. My doctor was so happy about my results yesterday that I am going to be monitored for the next month, and then probably be able to stop until like, was it like 26, 28 weeks when you take the test again, and then we'll see what happens. So it is what it is. I'm dealing with it. It's perfectly fine. Other ways I am high risk with Jeffrey, I also was in preterm labor at 31 weeks, which is too early. I was dilating. I had other issues, and then there's some tests they do and it says you're in preterm labor, whatever. So I was on bed rest. So with Robert, I did not have that with Robert. I did dilate early, but I wasn't that early. So other things with Jeffrey is I ended up having preeclampsia also, and I delivered him early. He was actually delivered at 34 weeks and 5 days. So he was pretty early. With Robert, so when I was pregnant with Robert, because of the complications I had with Jeffrey, I actually was put on, I had a weekly shot starting at like 16 weeks. It's called McKenna. It's to help you not dilate early. It like, I don't know, it like thickens your uterus or something like that. So I had that with Robert. I actually made it to 37 weeks and 2 days pregnant with Robert before my blood pressure went high. Then I was induced. Sorry, I have to keep stopping. Robert's like keeps interrupting me. But anyways, yeah, so Robert was considered full term even though I still have preeclampsia. This time around, I will be taking the shots again, which I will start next month. So I will have those again, which is fine. I also have started a baby aspirin because apparently, for some reason, there's a correlation between baby aspirin and helping with preeclampsia. So hopefully with all of these things, I can go, the goal right now is 37 weeks. Anything after that is just beautiful, but 37 weeks is what I want, what everybody wants me to get to. Other than that, everything looks great. I do have my, what is it? The 20-week scan. That is next month. I'm very excited because we want to find out if we're having a girl or a boy. Other than that, just besides being very sick, I've been doing pretty good. I've lost weight, even though I have popped severely. I will show you guys. I have got quite the bump going on, which is fine. I did lose weight. I lost 9 pounds the first trimester, which was probably from being so sick. But that's fine. My doctors are not concerned. That's completely normal. And I am a little on the heavier side this time around anyways, so losing weight is fine. Other than that, I've been doing very well. My energy level is coming back. The last couple of weeks have been getting so much better, which is nice. I still am getting sick every few days. Thankfully, it's not every day, so it's just making me feel so much better. Yeah, it's just been great. I'm hoping that everything starts to get a little better. I start to feel better. This cold is not helping, but I think I got it from the boys, probably from being worn out, and they were sick, and then it's just been a lot. So anyways, other than that, that is my update for my first trimester. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I am only going to do update videos probably every time I go to the doctor's, so it'll be once a month for a while, because I feel like, I know some people do the weekly, and I don't really have anything to update weekly. Sometimes, you know, if there is something, I will just write it down. I do have a pregnancy book, so I'm going to just write it in there, and I'll just let you guys know. After each appointment, I figure it'd be the best time, because then I'll have, you know, I'll know how big I am and all that stuff, you know, how the baby's doing. So that's how I'm going to do that. I am going to do other videos too. If you have any requests, please put them in the comments below, but I will be doing like my hospital bag, all that stuff. A room tour. We aren't going to have a nursery. The baby's going to stay with us because we co-sleep and room share. So, you know, I will be moving stuff around in our room to make room for baby, but other than that, there won't be like a nursery tour. But I am going to show you guys the process, preparing for baby. Obviously, I have to get stuff ready for the boys too. So it's just going to be a fun process. I'm excited. I'm not happy to be pregnant for the summer though, because it is so hot here in South Carolina. So it's going to be tough. But, and I don't think I said, but I am due in September. I'm due September 21st is my due date, but odds are I'll probably go first. As long as I make it to September, I will be perfectly happy anytime after that. So that's it for now. Like I said, any comments or questions, please put them below, and I'll see you guys next time.